Hi, it's Anita from Scrappy Happy Mommy, and today I'm putting together card number 13, which is the bird card in the Wild Card 2 video series. The bird card is found on page 34 of the manual, and usually I cut things at 12 by 12 using the fit to page feature, but today I decided to do one at 8.5 by 11. So if you were going to do the 12 by 12, you'd be looking at your fit to page set at 6 1/4. But since I'm doing 8.5 by 11 for a fit to page, my dimensions today are going to be 5 3/4. So we're going to get started putting the bird card together. So the first thing I cut out, of course, was the envelope. And as mentioned, this was cut at 5 3/4. And then the layer or the envelope shift would be the inside of our liner. And I'm going to put that on first of all. So I've got everything already pre-scored, ready to go. And now I'm going to add my adhesive to the outside of this card. So there is the envelope. And the front of it, of course, would be that part. So the next thing I'm going to put together is the bird. Or sorry, the card. So the card cuts like that, and then you have a card shift, which is, I don't know, an easel or something that they can sit on. So I'm going to put that down. So there's the card and the card shift feature. I'm going to put that aside for a few seconds because I don't need it right now. The bird, when you cut the bird out, you have two pieces. And I use like a fuchsia or a really fluorescent pink to do this one. So the bird, I'm going to put this aside for a few seconds and then look at the bird shift. And for the bird shift, I use the exact same pattern paper that I did for the liner or the inside of the envelope. And that pattern paper is actually from K & Company, and it's from the Best of K & Company stack. I got it at Walmart last year for $15, and there is so many nice pieces of cardstock in it. So that would be your bird right there so far. And now I'm going to put, before I put anything else on, I'm going to look at my layers. The layers that cuts out, I did cut them from yellow, and it does show up as a yellow in the manual. And there are your four parts of the layers that cut out. So one by one, I'm just going to start sticking these on. And you do notice that I have not put the bird's chest on yet, and the reason is it goes on top of this layer. So I'm just going to put the layers on first of all. And there's the bird's beak and his wing. And for the eye, this is the layer shift feature. I did cut it out at white and put the eyeball in. And then on the card. Now I'm going to add the bird's chest. Just want to make sure that I have everything lined up. Yep. So there is the bird itself right there. As you can tell, everything is very fluorescent on it, but I did take out the colors that were in the pattern paper. So if you wanted to add that with dimensionals, you could. Today I'm just going to use my ATG and add that on the outside of the card. And there is a spot that you can tell where to add it because of the tail on it. So that is the card itself, and that of course was cut at 5 3/4 from 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And the next thing I want to add is the phrase. And the phrase, if you were doing a 12 by 12 cardstock, you would be looking at 1 3/4 for the phrase. Since I'm using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, my size for the phrase is actually 1 1/4. So I'm going to add that right now. And I just used the phrase itself. I didn't add anything else. And there is the phrase. So once again, very quick and simple little card. This is the bird card found on page 34 of the manual. Everything's cut out at 5 3/4 using fit to page at 8 1/2 by 11, and the phrase is cut at 1 3/4. And I'll be back later on tomorrow with another Wild Card 2 video for you. Thanks for watching.